on
All
retired.
right. Well, we're going to call this meeting to order, so if everybody will stand. And a prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this beautiful weather. We thank you for all of our blessings. We ask you to bless this meeting and the people in attendance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first thing on the agenda is Becky Smith-Shea.
Okay, I had requested some kind of outline. Cheyenne had called me at the shop to tell me that I was with clients and I did not write it down. So I requested an outline of what my perimeters were, what my, it was 5 minutes, but I couldn't say anything. I don't know what it was. So I have a few things to bring up. So anyway, a couple years ago I came about ordinances to be put in place, or inspections to be put in place of rental properties. So like we had several businesses close, and one of those businesses was Oaxaca's that closed due to the building was not in good shape. And so they had to close their business and keep it closed for a while until they found another location. I had came at that point and asked if you guys would do inspections on buildings that were rentals, where the property owners would be held responsible to get that up to code with the city before they took people's money to put them in to those locations. Has that ever been done?
This is your thing. This isn't, we're not answering anything. This is for you to just present what you wanted to present. We can't answer stuff like that off the top of our heads. So
Okay.
that's
why I needed a
this is
perimeter.
just for you to present. We won't be answering anything. So this is for you to present and just put out there what you have concerns of,
Okay.
and then we'll listen to you. Okay?
That was why I was here, in the lack of communication from you guys, because I know that I reached out a couple of times, and it is in peace. It is not in aggression at all. Now, I'm not saying that it is not aggravating when there is aggression given to me when I'm asking a question that's a logical question. So that's, I don't know what I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
No, you're fine. This is yours. Your floor.
I'm done.
All done?
Yes.
That's the only question you have?
I told you you didn't return my
Right,
information.
like I said, I couldn't do that off just sitting here without anything in front of me. So,
I sent you an email about what I'm supposed, I sent you several emails that you didn't respond to.
for rental property codes,
No, for
that's
For
what we're
new business.
discussing right now though,
for new
right?
business, yes.
Okay. All right. On to number 2, approve second addendum of animal control agreement with Taney County.
If you see, you have an agreement. Taney County wants to amend their existing agreement so that if we request assistance from one of their officers, it'll now cost us a little bit more money. If we can't handle it ourselves, we have to send somebody out that's aggressive animals or something like that. So that's the addendum to the contract. Bill, you read those contracts? You have any issues with it? No. Okay.
So do we have a motion?
I move the second amendment to the animal control agreement.
Okay.
I would second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first reading of bill number 537, abolishing the Forsyth Advisory Park Board.
Motion to have the first reading of bill number 537 by title only.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Yeah, somebody needs to second it, sorry.
Second.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody did, Cheyenne, so
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Okay, all right, by title only, the Board of Aldermen, City of Forsyth, ordinance repealing Chapter 125 of the City Code, thereby abolishing the Park Board. It's Bill number 537.
Motion to accept the first reading of bill number 537.
Second.
All in favor?
Can I
Aye.
speak to it, Madam
Yep.
Mayor?
Mhm.
I was curious of the history of the park board and the tax, because I wasn't here when some of those were done, because I moved here in 2002. And I found that the park board was established before the tax was brought into place. Park board was established in 1996 so that community could bring in input and things to the park, and then they were instrumental in helping us get the tax passed. I have a concern with taking out the park board and not putting in place some other means for community members to communicate or come together to talk about things they would like at the parks. So I'll be voting against it, but would like to work on a plan of what we want for communication on the park board
Right.
or parks and things
Sure.
in general for that matter.
And you're the liaison, you
Yes,
know,
I
like
am.
we do for, you know, different
Right.
aspects of the city. You're the liaison, and you could figure out what you want, how you want to go about that. Get with Angela and Chris and kind of put
See what we can
together, yeah, how you want to get input from the community and stuff. But we do these liaisons so that we have that one person basically in charge, and then it wouldn't be anything different than for the maintenance department. You're the liaison for that one, so you would take the same type of input for it also.
Okay.
Okay?
I do want to remind you that you told me that I was in charge of the parks and I had to keep the water out. I
You-
have failed
you
at
have
that job.
failed.
I just want to
You
say
have
up front.
failed
I have
miserably.
failed miserably at that job.
Yes.
At the top.
Just a comment, and probably everyone knows this, but the park board was basically an advisory type board only. And so they
You're right.
didn't make decisions.
Yeah.
They brought it back to the Board of Aldermen, and then the Board of Aldermen would go from that point forward.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
thank you.
So our vote?
I vote aye.
I vote nay.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay. All right.
There's no time.
That is All right.
We're gonna go for a second reading, dates or second.
Moving on to number 4, approved to hire police officer.
Yeah. So we have a candidate that comes from, he's still in the academy. His name is Ronald Bowden. It's Randy Bowden's twin brother.
Yeah.
He's wanting to start his career here. That could make a good fit for the agency. He couldn't be here. He's in class right now.
Okay.
He is still, he's going to due to graduate July 8th, I do believe. Semester 8, he's got to take his post test. We give him a tentative offer. Once he passes the post test, he gets certified, then he can start his training process. So hopefully he can make it here next meeting, so we can all meet him.
Okay, that would be awesome. I think you guys have already had,
Yes, we all had a meeting with him and
Yeah.
talked to him, and he's still in class so far, doing a great job.
okay, I heard good things too, so, perfect, thank you. So, we approved to hire a police officer, Ronald Bowden?
I move that we hire police officer Ronald Bowden.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, discuss dispatch agreement with Taney County. Chris?
Okay, as you've all been aware, it's hard to keep dispatchers when the county keeps hiring away. They're able to offer them a little more money, so David and I, Brad Daniels, and the county commission have been talking, and so we roughly pay a dispatcher $40,000 a year of benefits. So we come up with barters back and forth. So they are tentatively making an offer and they will write the agreement. If we pay $35,000 a year, they will provide that employee. Now, City of Branson, City Hollister, they provide their own dispatching service. Marion Woods, Rockaway, they don't supply dispatching service. So we have probably, twice the call volume those two put together.
At least.
So we that's why, I was kind of curious why some pay, some don't, but that's the reason I was getting, we fall somewhere in between there. So it'll be a cost savings about five grand a year and won't have the trouble of the employee having to keep the spot filled, so.
Or
Okay.
discipline.
Pardon?
Or discipline.
Or discipline. So,
Okay.
if you guys make a motion and agree on that, then the county
And Chris,
commission,
the county then will be taking care of all benefits and all of
Yes,
that on top
yes.
of,
Right.
it will
the
be a
salary.
county
So
employee
really-
completely, but they will do our dispatching service.
yeah, really, we're saving more than just
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5,000 or so dollars.
Yeah.
So we're basically paying a fee just for dispatching, is what it really amounts to.
Right.
A flat fee.
Yeah, a flat fee. So if, and I think, did you lock in an amount of time too on that, or is it just yearly?
No, that's forever.
Forever?
That's
Okay,
forever.
so
It's,
that's, yeah.
Commission's gonna put it on the agenda, but they needed your approval first to go forward.
Sounds
And they
it's a
will
good
get a
deal.
contract,
I would make-
obviously. that you'll-
I would make a motion that we accept that.
Okay, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, approve the school resource officer agreement with Forsyth School.
You wanna do
The
this? You
new
want me to do this?
provision is paragraph 9M.
You want to go ahead?
David's worked very hard on
Yeah.
an agreement with Officer Steve at school. There were some things that was added this year to compensate Steve for doing crossing guard duties and providing security for the football games and things like that. So David's worked pretty hard to get it together. Mr. Mingus and everybody at school's agreed to it, so unless anybody else has any questions about it, we
Yeah, I thought it was a
need a
good
motion to
agreement.
accept the new contract.
Yeah.
I move the new school resource officer agreement with the Forsyth schools.
I would second the motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, perfect. All right, discuss public communication options for community awareness.
Okay.
Chris and I have talked about this a little bit.
If I could just make a comment one thing
Yeah.
before we go on. I know Steve has done this for several years, and I think he's just done a tremendous job.
He has.
And I think the students are very receptive to him, and
Yeah.
I think it's a positive situation.
It's his rapport too with the administration also, which makes it a good working environment for all involved. So, yeah. Yeah.
Can I say something with Steve? I work close with the school. He is loved.
Yeah.
I mean,
is.
the kids love him and, I'm very involved with the school, so I hear the kids talk and so I just want to say that they love him.
Well, thank you for
So-
your input. Appreciate that. Okay, discuss public communication options.
We are putting together, since we're putting the community awareness came forefront when we had a recent boil. So we are trying to find a way to let the community know as a whole when something like that happens in the future. When one of our new water cards are going out, people are giving us more information so we can have their emails and things like that, so we can compile an email list and we can send out an email to the residents and businesses when something like this happens in the future, working with Mr. Mangus at the school on their communication system, and then also working with the city of Branson. They're letting us in on some things on how they do it, so.
Yeah.
looking at-
It was put on Facebook, Color 10, KY3, and the Branson paper. And it's still, not everybody, and if you're watching Color 10 or KY3, it's going to be a 5 to 10 second blurb. And if you missed it, you missed it. And then they get buried in the feed too for those because, any shootings or accidents and stuff like that, go above those things. And so I even had to dig through the feed to find the boil and what was put on there. And so anyway, it goes through very quickly and gets pushed aside. And the Facebook, not all of our older generation has Facebook. And so, just, it's kind of hit or miss. So we want to try to miss as few people as possible. So that's why we are looking at other things of, that are more of, technology bound and to reach people. And people most everybody has an email account, most people. But we may still miss the same people that don't have Facebook. So it's kind of, we're just trying to figure out the best way to get most people. So anyway.
I would say on the positive side, this is not something that's been a normal occurrence.
No.
This was an event.
Yeah,
that
it was an
unforeseen
accident,
by
yeah.
the city. It wasn't, at fault of the city. And I think that normally our water system has just been excellent.
Yeah, it is.
And that it was something that was just unavoidable. under
No, we can't,
circumstances.
can't predict an accident.
It was a boil advisory, not a boil order.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the minutes of May 17th, 2021.
I move acceptance of the minutes of the May 17th meeting of the council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, bills for approval.
Motion to approve the bills, May the 20th, $16,607.33. May the 27th, $2,774. June the 3rd, $41,947.65. And a good part of that, or over 12,000 of that, had to do with the water sewer bond issue as a cost on that. So. And then June the 10th, $66,713.77. And that was kind of high because we had over $43,000 in insurance payment plus another large expense for the water sewer bond issue. And then June the 17th, $13,990.75.
Okay. Financial statements as of May 31st. Oh, sorry, I didn't, did I? Yeah, moved right on.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Financial statements as of May 31st, 2021.
All right, you have your cash balances in front of you. You'll notice there's a positive change from our standing last year in our cash accounts. I believe in working through this year's budget and the budget amendment for next meeting that we will probably have a small surplus in the general fund and a little bit larger surplus in the water sewer fund. That will help us with next year's budget, which I am working on simultaneously. Department heads have turned in their wish list, and if aldermen have any things that they want to see in it, if you can push that through to me fairly soon, I'll be putting those numbers together the rest of this month. Otherwise, we seem to be on track with this year's budget, and all is good for now.
Okay. I need a motion.
I move the approval of the financial statements for May 31st, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There?
Said aye.
Okay, sorry. All right, approval of transfers from May 20th, 2021 through June 17th, 2021.
A motion to approve as stated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Need a motion to adjourn.
I would move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Thank you, everybody.